Hello, friends. Welcome back to our short story series. In this series, we are going to share the stories of animals. In this story, the young ants are talking about what they would like to do when they grow up. Some want to be workers and take care of their home. Some want to be soldier ants and protect the home from trouble. And some winged ants want to fly away. One of the winged ants flies away, but when she returns, she is a bit different. Did you know that an ant can lift 20 times its own body weight? If a second grader was as strong as an ant, she would be able to pick up a car. This amazing strength is a result of their small size, believe it or not. Because of their small size, ants' muscles have a greater cross-sectional area relative to their body size compared to larger animals, which means they can produce more force. Now, before we continue with our story, let's make sure you are comfy and take some great big belly breaths. Breathing in slowly through your nose and slowly out through your mouth. Notice how your belly rises as you fill yourself up with air. Breathe in and breathe out. Notice how relaxing it feels as you release the breath. Breathe in and breathe out. You are becoming relaxed, calm, and peaceful. One more time. Breathe in, hold, and breathe out. Great. Let's continue with our story. In one of the anthills, in the highest part of the meadow, were a lot of young ants talking together. "I," said one, "am going to be a soldier ant and drive away anybody who comes to make trouble for us. I try biting hard things every day to make my jaws strong so that I can guard the home better." "I," said another and smaller ant, "want to be a worker ant. I want to help build and repair the home. I want to get the food for the family and feed the ant babies and clean them off when they crawl out of their old coats. If I can do those things well, I shall be the happiest, busiest ant in the meadow." "We don't want to live that kind of life," said a couple of larger ants with wings. "We don't mean to stay around the anthill all the time and work. We want to use our wings, and then you won't see us around home anymore." The little worker ant spoke up. "Home is a very pleasant place. You may be very glad to come back to it someday." But the ants with the wings turned their backs and wouldn't listen to another word. A few days after this, there were exciting times in the anthill all the winged ants said goodbye and flew off through the air. They flew so far that the little ones at home could no longer see them. All day long they were gone. But the next morning, when the little worker ant, whom we heard talking, went out to get breakfast, she found the winged ants lying on the ground near their home. The worker ant ran up to the one who had said she didn't want to stay around home and asked her to come back to the anthill. "No, thank you," she answered. "I have had my breakfast now, and I am going to fly off again." She raised her wings to go, but after she had given one flutter, they dropped off, and she could not fly any more. The worker ant hurried back to the anthill to call some of her sister workers and some of the soldier ants. And they took the ant who had lost her wings and carried her to another part of the meadow. There they went to work to build a new home and make her their queen. First, they looked for a good, sandy place on which the sun would shine all day. Then the worker ants began to dig in the ground and bring out tiny round pieces of earth in their mouths. The soldiers helped them, and before night they had a cozy little home in the earth with several rooms and some food already stored. They took their queen in and brought her food to eat and waited on her, and she was happy and content. After a while, the ant eggs began to hatch, and the workers had all they could do to take care of their queen and her little ant babies, and the soldier ants had to help. The ant babies were little worms or grubs when they first came out of the eggs. After a while, they curled up in tiny, tiny cases called pupa cases. And after another while, they came out of these. And then they looked like the older ants, with their 6 legs and their slender little waists. But whatever they were, whether eggs or grubs or curled up in the pupa cases or lively little ants, the worker ants fed and took care of them, and the soldier ants protected them, and their queen mother loved them. And they all lived happily together until the young ants were ready to go out in the great world and learn the lessons of life for themselves. And that's the end of our story. Now, say after me if you like. I am grateful for the wonderful family and home given to me. I am confident and capable. I am loved. I am calm, relaxed, and peaceful. Sleep tight.